G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this first episode of Investment Review, we're going to be taking a look at the Batmobile Scarecrow Showdown. Let's talk about it. Rightio, so this is going to be the first episode of Investment Review where I'm going to be doing a deep dive into individual sets and giving my investment rating out of 1 to 10 whether I think it's going to be a good investment or not, or kind of a smack bang average. Now how I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be going over the set individually on all the different signs, so things like the shelf life, the supply, the demand, etc. I'm going to be going through all of those and giving them a rating out of 1 to 10, 10 being great, 1 being pretty crappy, and obviously 5 being an average. So the first set we're going to be taking a look at is going to be the LEGO DC Batmobile Tumbler Scarecrow Showdown, this one on screen right now. Okay, so this is the first set here. It's a LEGO DC Batmobile Tumbler Scarecrow Showdown. Set number 76239 has 422 pieces, 2 minifigs, and in Australia it does retail for $60. And in the US, I do have the LEGO site US up here, it retails for $40. Rightio, so and here are some of the pictures as well. So obviously you can see that it is a pretty good looking box. It's got 2 minifigures. There's the set there. It's an amazing display piece. It does have the playability aspect as well, because you can see it can shoot. And it does have a cockpit in here, which actually does seat 2 minifigures, which is nice as well. And it has a rotating face, so you can change it there. So that is the set that we're going to be taking a look at. Now the first thing I do want to go over is, the first sign is going to be the shelf life. So number 1, the shelf life. So let's have a look. We're going to go over to Brickset here and take a look at when the set did release and when it is going to retire. Now as you can see over here, it was released in October of 2021, so obviously late last year, and this set currently is scheduled to retire at the end of this year, giving it about a 14-month run, which is a very short shelf life compared to a majority of the sets, which is really good. So the fact that it's going to be only out for a little bit more than a year, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. So very good for shelf life. The next thing I want to have a look at is actually the minifigs in this set. So you can see on Brickset, it actually says here in the minifigs that there is 2 and 2 are unique to this set. So that means that these figs are both exclusive, meaning you can only get these minifigures from this set. That is always a good sign when picking a set to invest, is rare parts and exclusive minifigures. So the first one here is the Batman black suit with copper belt, and then the second one is the Scarecrow no hat. So we're going to be having a look at this one here, the Batman. And as we can see, it says here, just to reiterate that exclusiveness, that item appears in one set. And this Batman fig does currently sell for around $13.46. Obviously, that's just an average. You can see that the max price was $24. The lowest price was $5.50. So it's all over the joint, but that's just roughly an average. Obviously, you may sell yours for more, may sell it for less. Just depends, but we're just going to go off the averages with these figs. So the first one's, the Batman, is about $14 in value, and then the Scarecrow here, we can see again only appears in this set, another exclusive, and it's kind of around the same price as well, pretty much about that $14. So the fact that the 2 minifigs are exclusive and they're both already worth about $14, bringing it up to $28 for just the minifigures, that's nearly half the price of the set in just 2 figs. I'm giving the minifigs in this set rating a 10 out of 10 for the fact that they're exclusive and they're already worth a bit of coin. So that is a very good sign as well. Now the next thing I just want to go over is kind of a little bit of the collectability about the set. Now obviously it is Batman, DC's most popular character, DC's most profitable character, and it is in the LEGO DC range. As you can see over here, Batman has had the most sets, so it is very collectible for Batman fans, for DC fans, for comic book fans, just fans in general. So Batman, and it also is the Batmobile. Now, there has been a few Batmobile sets released in the past, and for specifically the Tumbler, there has been a couple of polybags, but in set-wise, there's this one, and there's actually 2 bigger Tumbler sets. Now, for those people that love Batman and love the Batmobile for display-wise, are obviously going to want to buy this set as well. But for those that may not be able to afford the bigger Batmobile, especially the Tumbler sets, are going to be flocking towards this one. So that's why I do like this collectability-wise as well. The fact that people that do have the bigger sets are going to want to add this to the collection, and people that can't quite afford the bigger ones are going to be purchasing the smaller set. So I do like that collectability wise, and we're going to be giving it a 9 out of 10. Now, I just want to go over a bit of the supply of the set. So the supply is how we determine that. How can we do that? So what I do is I like to think, is this set an exclusive set? Meaning, can you only purchase it from the Lego store? Is it only exclusive to a couple of retailers like Target? Do they only get the rights to sell this set? Now, this set is actually not an exclusive, which means that it is sold here in Australia at the likes of Big W, Target, Kmart, Myer, the Lego store, Casey's Toys, and all the places that do sell Lego. We usually stock this set. So because of that, I'm going to be giving it an average rating of around 6, because it's not always on the shelves in the stores that I have noticed. So I'm going to be giving it about a 6 for the supply-wise. Now, the demand. How do we figure out the demand? So from my point of view, what I like to do is obviously check out the Lego store, see if it's sold out. Go to your local retailers. How much do they stock? Are they sold out as well? Do they only have a couple on the shelves? And you can also find out by like Google Trends and also eBay listings and Bricklink listings as well. So we're going to just go over to Bricklink first and have a look. So I'm going to bring that up right now. We're going to go back to Bricklink if I can find it. I'm going to go back to the Scarecrow Tumbler, this one here, and we can see that in the last 6 months, times sold is 65. So there's been 65 sets sold on Bricklink in the last 6 months. And I'm going to compare this to another set that is currently out as well, which is the other Batmobile, which is not this one. We're going to take a look at this one soon. This one here, so this is currently out as well, and you can see that times sold 55. So they are similar, but the Scarecrow Tumbler Showdown has 65. So you can see that the demand is a bit more there for the Tumbler compared to the classic TV series one. And the fact that it is currently in stock at the Lego store, I've never really seen it out of stock from what I've been noticing. And when I do go to my local retailers as such, they usually will have a couple on the shelves, not a whole lot. So I'm going to be giving the demand for this set a little bit above average at about a 6 out of 10 as well. Rightio. Now the next thing we're going to be going over is the value of this set on the secondary market. So like your Bricklinks and your eBays and stuff, because obviously the retail price is 60. So let's go over to eBay here, and I've just changed it to sold listings for Australia only, and we're going to change it to new. So you can see that one sold here for 49, for 38, an average here, so I'll say probably about 49 again, 49 again, 49 again, 39, 57, 35, 31, 67. So it's a bit all over the joint, but kind of the average is around that $49 mark, which is actually around 20% off retail, which is what's to be expected. And we can see on Bricklink that the average, it's actually 63. So it's actually above average on Bricklink. So it's a bit all over the shop. But you can see that the highest was actually sold for 95. I'm not sure what's going on there. And the lowest was 35. So in June, we've got 36, 36, 36, 36, 36, 44, 59. Back here, we've got 36, 36. So you can see that a majority of the sets are being sold for kind of in that $30 to $40 range. So for the price after on the secondary market, I'm just going to be giving it right around an average of a 5 out of 10 rating for this one, because obviously it's not always sold out. Usually if a set is usually sold out all the time, you'll be able to get a premium for it. A good example of that is the Back to the Future Time Machine, the biggest set which is currently out, that is selling for a little bit more than above average on the secondary market because it is harder to get. But this one, it's not that hard to get, so it is selling for around that 20% off, so I'm going to be giving it a 5 out of 10. Now I want to talk about the affordability of the set. Is it affordable for a lot of people or not? Obviously it is. It's only a $60 set, and if you are paying that 20% off, you're going to be paying around $48, $49, which is a pretty good price. So the affordability, especially at discount, I'm going to be giving a 10 out of 10 because it's easy to buy a few of them and to stock up on them. So affordability for the set, I'm going to be giving a 10 out of 10 for what it is. Rightio, so now we're going to be going over the box size and the box weight. So I'm going to go back over here to Bricklink. Now obviously the bigger sets take up more room, so that's going to be a bit of a lessened rating when I do a video about that. Smaller sets have a smaller box, which is going to be take up less room obviously, so that's better. That's what we want. So this box, the item dimensions here, you can see here, is 26 by 21.9 by 9.3 centimeters. So, and the fact that it is 620 gram box as well, it's not that heavy. I'm going to be giving the box size about a 9 out of 10. Sets like your Brickheads and stuff would get a 10 out of 10 because they're really small, easy to store, easy to stock up on. But this set, the box is pretty small, so I'm going to be giving it a solid 9 out of 10 for the box size and the box weight. Then I just want to talk about the theme itself, Batman and the DC theme. Is it a good theme? Yes, obviously everybody knows who Batman is. It is a pretty good theme, pretty collectible theme. I'll be giving the theme a 9 out of 10 as well. So now we're going to be taking a look at the price per piece. So how do we work this out? All we want to do is get up the calculator and divide the cost of the set by the amount of pieces. So in Australia, it is $60 retail, divided by 422 pieces, which brings us out to about 14 cents per piece. And in the US, it does retail for 40, and if we divide that by 422, it brings us to about 9.4 cents per piece. Now, that is above average. In the US, it's usually around, people will say 10 cents a piece. It's actually around 13 cents per piece, and in Australia it's about 18 to 19 cents per piece. So the fact that it is quite above average in that regard, that is a good sign. I'm going to be giving it an 8 out of 10 for price per piece. Now I just want to quickly look at the part out value of the set. So if you were to break down the set, sell the pieces individually, how much more value are you going to be getting for your money? So we do this again on Bricklink, which I've already done. You can see the last 6 months sales are about $80 US and the current are about 94. So we'll meet in the middle and we'll say about $88 is the part out value US. And if we convert that here in Australia, I'll move this over so you can see. There we are. 126. So it's a little bit above double the price. So that is good. I'm going to be giving that a bit better 7 out of 10 for the part out value, because some sets are obviously you can get for triple with the part out value, which are amazing. They tend to be the bigger sets, but the fact that it is a little bit more than double part out value, I'm going to be giving it a 7 out of 10 for the part out value of this set. So the next thing I want to talk about is just the chance of a re-release. Do we think that this set is going to get a remake or re-release in the near future? I personally don't, but if we have a look at the bigger Tumbler, for example, we did have the bigger Tumbler, which was originally released, and then we did have a remake one, which was released not too long ago, actually. So I've had two big ones, and given the amount of Tumblers from the Dark Knight trilogy that we have had, and given the fact that we've got like the new wave of like the Robert Pattinson movies, which are going to be coming out, I don't really see the chance of a re-release for the smaller Tumbler happening at least anytime soon at all. So I'm going to be giving it about a 7.5 out of 10 for the chance of a re-release, because I don't really think it will happen, but that's not to say it will happen. And then the last thing I do want to talk about is just comparable set performance. So sets that are similar to this, how they are comparing. So obviously we had a quick look at the demand for this set and the classic TV series Batman, and we said that that the Tumbler did have a little bit better demand. But what is the price value of sets that have already retired compared to the Tumbler, how that they performed? And that's when I brought this one up here, which is the Batmobile Pursuit of Joker. So 76119 is the set. We're going to go over to Brickset as well, just to show you when it released and how long it was and how long ago it did retire. So it came out in June 2019 and retired December 2020, and it did retail in Australia for $50. So if we go back here to Bricklink, we can see that it's currently selling for an average of 62, and there has been 41 of them sold. And it did have two minifigures, which had this Batman and this Joker. This Batman was not exclusive, it was in 4 sets, and he sells for about $5. And then the Joker here was 4 sets as well, and he sells for about $5. So already the Tumbler has exclusive minifigures and better price for the figures in that regard, but this set has already gone up. So if you did pay 20% off back in the day for off of that, you would have paid about $40, and after fees you've got about 50% return on your investment already on this set. So that's what I'd like to look at, but I do believe that the Tumbler is obviously more collectible than this set here. Has the exclusive figs, it has a lot more going for it, and this set was a little bit smaller as well. So I do see a lot of potential for the Tumbler being an investment long term as well. So my investment review for comparable sets, I'm going to be giving it kind of an 8 out of 10, because it's kind of hard to see. There hasn't been a lot of Tumblers this size, a lot of Batmobiles this size that have retired and have performed. There was like older ones back in like 2008, and there's obviously been a lot of polybags, but Batmobiles this size, there hasn't been a lot of them, kind of until now actually, with this one and the classic TV series Batman, but I'm going to be giving that comparable set performance of about 8 out of 10 as well. So overall, I'll put them up on the screen here next to my face. I'm just going to read off my notes here. So we had the shelf life got a 9 out of 10. The minifigs were a 10 out of 10. The collectability was a 9 out of 10. The supply was a 6 out of 10. The demand was a 6 out of 10. The price when sold out, like on the secondary markets like eBay and such, was an average 5 out of 10. The affordability of the set I put as 10 out of 10. The box weight and size was 9 out of 10. The theme Batman itself was 9 out of 10. The price per piece was 8 out of 10. The part out value was 6 out of 10. The chance of a re-release was 7.5 out of 10. And the comparable set performance was 8 out of 10. Which brings it to an average of just shy of 8 out of 10, which is a very, very good investment rating. I currently have probably about, as I said, a thing in the cupboard, about 6, 7, or 8 of those I do have on the shelf. And probably towards more of the end of the year, come October time, if I can get it for 20% off, I will buy a few more as well. So do I think this set is a good investment? Absolutely. I believe it will be hoarded a bit as well, a bit hoarded, but doesn't mean it's not going to go up in value as well. You might just have to hold on to it for a little bit longer, but smaller sets do tend to have better return on investment than bigger sets anyway. That will break down in another video as well. But overall, a little bit shy of 8 out of 10 investment rating. Amazing set. Pick it up if you can get it at a discount, and we'll see how we go. But anyway, if you did like this type of video, if there's anything you wanted to see extra, anything that you didn't really want to see, leave your feedback down below so I can improve these videos. Leave your thoughts on a set that you do want me to do a review on, and I'll get that out to you when I can, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.